This is Robert Kraft, and I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit Beaver Creek, which is happening virtually this year. Joining me right now is Ben Mossman. He is the CEO of RYES Gold Corp. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, RISE on the CSE and RYES on the OTCQX. Ben, thank you for joining me today. How you doing?
Pretty good. Pretty good. How are you?
No complaints. I'm in this beautiful virtual setting here. Just trying to make the most of it, right?
Yeah.
Very good. All right. Well, let's start with a quick overview and history of the company, and then we'll go from there.
Sure. So RYES Gold owns the Idaho-Maryland Mine project. It's in Grass Valley, California. And the Idaho-Maryland Mine is a very famous past producing mine, produced 2.4 million ounces of gold at a ½ ounce per ton. And that's the mill head grade. So extremely high grade past production. It was closed by the U.S. government along with all the other U.S. gold mines in World War II. At the time it was closed, it was producing 121,000 ounces of gold per year. And it was the second largest low gold mine in the entire United States. So very big production. They had plans to double the production. Of course, the gold price was fixed at $35 at the time. After the war, it did reopen for a few years, but because of the increasing costs and fixed price of gold, closed in 1956. And since then, nothing has been done. And so RYES has owned this project since 2017. It's all private land, and we've done some drilling, and then since last year have focused 100% on the permits to reopen the mine, and that's in progress. It's moving through the process. We expect to get that approval about February next year.
Very good. I mean, you don't hear too much about mining projects in California anymore. So I mean, how's that process been for you since you've come aboard?
Yeah, so that's kind of the key thing for this project. I think most people can see that it's a very good project geologically. A lot of historic production, very high grades. The drill results that we've put out are also very good. But the perception is, California is a tough place to permit. In this case, because it's on private land, the local county government is the lead agency. So it's a local decision rather than a state decision. So really, if you have to look at it and evaluate it on a county by county basis. And so this design that we put together is a very good design. There's very few impacts. And as it goes through the draft environmental impact report, which we expect the government to release in the fall, that's really the kind of key stage where it'll be, that report will show what the impacts are. We think that there's going to be no significant impacts, and that this project will be very well received because of the very few environmental impacts, and then also the job creation is very significant. Over 300 direct jobs, very very well paid jobs in this local area.
Very good. So you already alluded to my next question, but I figured I'd get a full picture here. What would you say makes the company unique and different compared to your peers out there?
Yeah, so it's been a reverse situation where most companies at our stage are looking for the discovery. In this case, I think most people can see pretty clearly that there's basically a discovery here already. It's you're mining, you're looking below with the existing mine workings, which there's extensive amount of high grade gold production. In this case, the issue is whether it can be permitted or not, and we've done a lot of work on that, and we think there's a high probability that it will get permitted. And so it's more of a matter from an investor point of view, looking will it be approved or not, and when will that happen versus more of that geological risk scenario where most companies are at.
And what's your background? How did you come into RYES Gold?
So I'm a mine engineer. So I've worked with 7 underground mines, mostly all in northern Canada, and had been looking at private land deals. And in the United States is unique in for most countries because you can privately own minerals in the United States, and so I kind of expected maybe you find some smaller projects, and this is kind of a unique situation where the family that owned it put the entire mine up for sale, and it had a very significant historical production, and really saw an opportunity where you could reopen the mine. It's a deep underground shaft mine, so because of that, you can put it back in production with very few impacts and very substantial potential production if you can match the historic production of over 120,000 ounces of gold a year.
Oh, come on. Let's get real here, okay? You just wanted to move back to California from Northern Canada. Come on. Let's be real.
Yeah, that's an added benefit for sure.
All right. Well, from what you can tell us, what would you say are some of the company's value catalysts now for the rest of this year going into 2021?
And so the permitting process is been underway since November last year, and the county government is doing the draft environmental impact report. We expect that'll be issued around mid-October, and so that's really a big step in this permitting process, because if it isn't a good project, it won't pass through that draft environmental impact report, because they'll say, look, well, there's all kinds of problems here, there's impacts, or there's more studies needed. So once it gets to that stage, which we expect it will, and be a favorable report, that's the next big milestone. There's a 45-day comment period, and so all the public can make their comments on the project. The consultant has to answer all those comments, and the answers to the comments become the final environmental impact report, which should be out by the end of the year. And then it goes to the public hearings early next year, and you need 3 out of the 5 county supervisors to vote yes to have the approval. So the next big milestone is that draft report in the fall, and then the final, permitting milestone around February next year.
And where can my audience go and find everything they need to know about RYES Gold?
So the website has a lot of information on our website, so ryesgoldcorp.com, and then on the county government websites, the Mine Nevada County government website, all the technical reports submitted with the application are on that website.
Perfect. All right. Well, Ben, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it. Stay safe. Good luck, and look forward to our next update.
Great. Thanks a lot.
Thank you. Again, my name is Robert Kraft. I'm your host on SNN.Network, and we're a proud media sponsor for the upcoming Precious Metals Summit, Beaver Creek, happening virtually this year. Joining me again has been Ben Mossman from RYES Gold Corp. He'll be there presenting, and thank you all for listening.